Hi, and welcome back to another episode here at JT Fitness. Today with me, I have Sofia. Sofia jumped on board the 28-day challenge last month. Before Sofia came on board, she was really struggling now over the last 6 to 8 months to get some of the results in which she was looking for. To give you a little bit of an overview, Sofia is very active. She's now been training for just over 5 years and started to take things more seriously now over the last 18 months. Training anywhere between 4 to 6 times a week in the gym for 45 minutes to an hour at a time. And results are going well to start with. But like I said, over the last 6 to 8 months, things have started to plateau. And Sofia was a little not really understanding why this was actually the case. With jumping on board here, we gave her more of an insight in terms of the nutrition, but also training, which she needed to do to actually link with the goal in which she wanted to achieve. I'm going to let Sofia tell you a little bit more about her story now and some of the progress in which we managed to make just over that 28-day period. So, Sofia, before jumping on board here at the program, where was you before jumping on board with us?
So I was training, as you said, quite often. I was training 4 or 5 times a week. I was feeling good about my body, but then at a certain point I stopped losing weight and I stopped seeing any progress. I was doing all the time the same kind of exercises and the same kind of eating habits.
Got you. So things really, it was a case of getting results to start with, sort of happy with the results you get, and then just kept things the same permanently and just hoping things were going to change, right? Okay, so after this then, what was one of the biggest changes that you actually noticed just over that 28-day period?
So during the challenge, I understood how I can push my body. So the biggest changes I've seen is my strength, my stamina, how strong I am and how resistant I am. So I saw a change in my mind, in my mindset, and in the way I face exercise. And I also saw a big change in my body because I lost quite a bit of weight, and I think I gained also muscle.
Wicked. Great. And like you said there, intensity, just like your intensity of training and actually increased pretty dramatically just over that short month, right? Which was a big thing for you because it took you a little while to, even sort of prove to yourself that you could physically do that. Because as mentioned, you were almost training the same way now for just over the last year and were struggling to get results. And just over that 28 days, we managed to actually increase your intensity of training massively, which was great. Okay, so next up then, what some of the things you've tried before actually jumping on this program?
So in the past 5 years, I've tried everything that comes into your mind. I tried crazy diets like no carbs, for example, that made me lose lots and lots of weight and then get everything back with interest in very short amount of time. I tried to do juice cleansing. I tried to eat a very little amount of food. And all the things, actually, they work for the first 2 weeks. And then the effects that they have on your body and in your mind are horrible. So none of them work.
Like you said there, really worked for just that short period, right? And obviously not sustainable and not getting that end result, that long result in which you were looking for. Obviously one thing, you mentioned this to me before getting on board, so it was quite interesting to work with you. But one thing I mentioned to you about massively that we wasn't going to restrict you in terms of calories, in terms of some of your food choices, but we just needed to tailor things to move in the right direction, which definitely happened just over that short period, which was great. So really for you now, what was one of the biggest things that actually helped you in terms of all the systems in which you had in place over that 28 period?
So for me, I think this is something that most of the people have, going to the gym when you work takes a considerable amount of your time. Cool. So sometimes you want to see friends, go out, chat, have a social life, and you feel like going to the gym will take that moment of your life. The thing I really liked about the challenge is that it created a community. So going to the gym, going to the classes was actually a social event. Right. We were going there, we were going to meet people we had a good time with. Actually, many of them, I still see them. We still talk often. So it's a very nice sense of community, and you feel like you're part of the group, so you're not alone in what you're doing, and I love that. And then another important thing was you. So it's good to have a person that knows what he's talking about, not saying just, oh, you shouldn't eat any carbs, or oh, you should eat 500 calories per day, like many people do. So I felt like I could trust you, and I could ask you, like, honestly, what do you think I can do to improve myself? And that was very useful.
Great. So, I mean, obviously my support, but then a massive thing there as well, just generally your environment, right? The environment which you had around you that helped you to succeed.
Yes.
Okay, so finally...
Feeling comfortable in the environment was a very good thing.
Great. Okay, so finally now, so what sort of advice would you actually give yourself now if you were going back to the time in which you were struggling, knowing what you actually know now and what I've basically learned you, what I've actually taught you over this 28-day period?
So the advice I give myself, and I give, if I can, I give other people as well, is that don't make anything that makes you unhappy. Makes anything that is an effort, like something that you struggle and you really don't want to do. Like for me now is going to the gym, eating healthy is something that I need. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that gives me energy. It's not something that I have to do, but I don't really want to. No, for me, my lifestyle has changed, and I love that, and I'm very happy. I feel much more energetic, much more active than before. So my advice to everyone would be, do what makes you happy and what you can maintain in the future. No, don't do something that is now for the summer and you can do 1 month before. Do something that will change your lifestyle and you can maintain and you can carry forward and without struggling.
Great, which is, I mean, one thing that we actually focus on massively, right? Lifestyle, habits, and mindset. Because really, if that's never going to be there, like potentially to start with, that's some of the issues in which you had. You couldn't really sort of grasp or understand why you didn't have some of the habits in which you wanted to have, which you do have now, which is brilliant. Great. So thank you for jumping on board, Sofia. So that's Sofia's story now over the last 28 days. Like I said there, she actually plateaued for a fair while and actually managed to get 2.5 kgs off just in that 28-day period. She's now a lot stronger, which is great. Stamina's up massively, and she now understands that and proven to herself that her intensity of training can increase over time. So that's a great win all round for her. Going forward now, I'll give you an idea. She's now 15 days into the new program, and she's currently now another 2 kgs down on top. So well done to her. And now I look forward to seeing your results over the next 16 weeks. Thank you for jumping on board.